Hello and welcome back to the Life and Lessons of Me. I'm your host, Jordan, or me. Sorry about that. Excuse me. So, in light of my brother still telling me to make episodes about things that matter, like, I don't know, other than just me giving advice. So, in light of that, I think I want to be talking about, uh, I don't know how to be yeah, screw it. I'm not going to be nice about it. I'm just going to make a video. So, anyway. No, it really grinds my gears. Quote Family Guy. Like, um, dating. It's bullshit. It's total BS. Like, as a 20-something-year-old, like, I wish somebody had told me, don't even waste a second on it until you're, like, 100% good. Like, that's what I wish somebody would have told me, like, in high school. Like, hey, idiot, stop focusing on girls because they don't give a shit. Like, just focus on getting good grades and yourself. If only somebody had told me that. I think I would have been way happier in high school. But no, nope. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is I've spent way too much time on, I guess, forcing things to happen because that never works. But like at the same time, I feel like if I don't get out there and like try, no one knows I exist. So, but in any case, I saw something that made me think on TikTok. It was like, how can, you know, people expect to find something or somebody specifically doing the same thing they've always been doing. Like for me, I've been unsuccessful a lot. Um, so at this point, I'm just like, eh, who cares? Like so. I don't know. It's just silly. Like social media be like, um, but yeah, I think relationships now are like, eh, like there's lack of trust, there's lack of communication, there's lack of literally anything. Like I know this is not everybody, but some people are like, "Oh, he's too nice." Like, what does too nice mean? So you want me to hold the door for you or like slam it in your face? Pick one. Like, can't be both. Like, and I saw this other TikTok and it was like from a girl, and they were like, even though I know how to do all this stuff and be, independent, like if I have a boyfriend, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, can you change my tire?" Because, you know, guys want to feel like they're useful and appreciated and needed. So that was a cool perspective. Like even girls are sick of it. Like the mainstream what dating is now, like it's stupid and it's just ridiculous. It's like the hookup culture has taken over the world and it's dumb. And then, my age people, they don't want anything. They don't want commitment. They don't want they don't want to work through issues. They just want to leave. They're like, oh, there's a problem. I'm out. I'm gonna go sleep with nine of my other guy friends, like, or nine of my other girlfriends. Like, bro, for me, it's like if I, if something good happens, like I find a relationship, like without looking for it, obviously, that's what they always say. Like, oh, it'll come when you stop looking for it. I'm like, okay, well, number one, if I stop, quote, looking for it and getting out there, no one knows I'm here because, again, I can't hope to change anything if I'm still doing the same thing I've always been doing. That's the thing. Like, to change anything, you need to, like, change it up, do something different. Like, so that's what I need to do. And, stop focusing on things that aren't worth it. Like, dating right now, totally not worth it at all. Nope. Like, I've found myself being like, why do I even try? Like, I think a lot of guys and girls are just like over it, okay? Like, when are we all gonna collectively be like, okay, hookup culture is bad. Let's get back to like a real relationship. Being nice is not an ick. Like, number one, ick is not even a word. Like, I mean, it is, but like, who invented that? Okay, like, oh, he's too nice. That's an ick. Or like, oh, he's a simp. Like, I'm just gonna not appreciate women at all now. Like, like that is what we're being taught. Like, being nice means you're a simp. Being an asshole makes you attractive. And yeah, no, I mean, who sets those standards? Like, immature people. That is who. Like, and then on top of that, nobody deals with their issues with like BS relationships that have messed up their mental health and their self confidence and whatever. People don't talk about that, and it affects everyone else. Like a good person is now untrustworthy because somebody pretended to be good and then turned out to be a jerk. Like that was one person. Like people just generalize the hell out of everyone else, and it's ridiculous. Like, stop doing that. Okay? Stop doing it. Like, I don't know. And then you got the people who complain about not having a relationship, and then you're like, oh, I like you. And they're like, no. I'm like, so you want a relationship, but only if the person doesn't like you. Like, that's what I've learned. Like, or not learned, but like noticed, like observed. Like, when I personally like somebody, they don't like me. And yet, when somebody likes me, I don't like them. Doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. And then on the flip side, like if someone's complaining about wanting a relationship, nope, can't have it. I'm like, hey, I'm here. I'm right here. Hi. They're like, nah. I'm like, okay, then shut up about it. Like, if you're gonna complain about not having a relationship, and then someone's like, hey, I like you, and you're like, nah. Like, really? Stop complaining about not having it if you're not going to even attempt to have it. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. How does that make sense? Oh, and then if you're like too nice or like, oh, I already said that, but like, I don't think there's a such thing as too nice. I mean, sure, there is a such thing as being super clingy. Like, if you want to be with somebody every 5 seconds, like, yeah, sure, I would be clingy too. I'd be like, hey, what's up? I like you. You want to hang out? Like, if you like somebody, why is it bad to want to hang out or text them a lot or any of these things? Like who is saying it's bad? Like the internet, man. I swear. If the internet didn't exist, I think number one, we'd be way more disconnected. But number two, there wouldn't be as much BS and like self comparison and whatever. Like on the flip side though, like as a dude, if I want attention, I'm not getting it from anybody but me or my best friend. Like that's it. But as a girl, if you're like, hey, I want attention, you just post yourself dancing on TikTok and boom, attention. Double standard, man. It's gotta stop. Okay? Like, it's just silly. Like, it's all stupid and dumb. And I'm just like, yep, wish somebody told me that. Really do. Like, as someone who's like me, kind of, I'm new to the whole getting out in the world and like doing adult things thing because I haven't had that opportunity yet. I've only had my car for like 3 months, and it's a lot to try and be like, hey, I can go places and do things now because I've gotten used to not being able to do that and just maybe I don't feel like doing it. Like I don't know. Like you know what I mean? Like it's hard to break a habit, especially one that you've had to deal with for 20 years. Like not having your own life and whatever. Like 16-year-olds, boom, they start having their adult life, right? And I haven't had that for 4 years, 5 years almost, because I'll be 21 next month. Like 5 years, pretty much. So yeah, I've never been used to like saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go out and do stuff like run errands, blah blah blah," and like I'm just not used to it. So the only way to get used to it is to like force myself to do stuff, and that's like kind of hard for me, especially when I'm like always lazy and tired and like the weather's gross, so I don't feel like doing anything. But as an adult, you don't get the luxury of sitting on your butt doing nothing. Like it just doesn't work. Can't do it. Cannot do it. So part of me is like, I don't want to be running around all the time. Like, because how am I supposed to rest and like reset? Like late at night, I guess. Like, I don't know. But then if I don't go to bed by like 10, I'm like super tired the next day. Like, adult life sucks, but it's fine. It's okay. It doesn't totally suck. But yeah, so when people complain about being alone and whatever, like, I'm just like, hey, I don't love being alone, but I can survive. Then everyone's like, I'm a boyfriend, I'm a girlfriend. Like, spend some time with yourself. Especially like my friends, some of them, they haven't dealt with their problems ever. Like past stuff. Like me, I've always kind of been like, all right, whatever. It's just I can't control everything and blah blah blah. And that's just my life. And that's okay with me. Like, but you gotta deal with it because if you can't move forward and accept that it's part of you, you're never going to, be able to move on from things. Like, picture this. Like you're an adult doing adult things and you can't move forward with your life because you're still stuck in the past because you haven't accepted it. You haven't allowed it to be a part of you because it is. Like you're not supposed to get rid of, your past experiences and like what you've been through. You're not supposed to get rid of it. You're supposed to accept it and move forward from it. At least that's what I think. So, dating sucks. Focus on yourself. Deal with your stuff. And maybe it'll get a little easier. I don't know. Like all I'm saying is me personally, way too much focus on that. Way, 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 way too much. And especially if it's all BS, like I said, like why would I be focusing on stuff like that? Like, I don't get it. Being alone isn't that bad. Like, unless you're like super down in the dumps, like you gotta like look at yourself and be like, what can I do to improve my situation? Because no one really wants to be lonely and like, bleh, like, but sometimes the only way to fix your problems is to be alone with yourself and your thoughts. It's the only way. That's what I think. That's what happened to me. Like I was just stuck by myself. And I built myself back up. And then my friends come home and they're just like, "Bleh." And I'm like, guys, come on. If I can do it on my own, you can too. Like, I mean, on my own is relative. Like, you need someone to talk to, like a psychologist or something. Like, in any case, yeah, I need to. Ooh, that's a good idea. I just had a good idea. I need to get 2 more microphones and a couple chairs, and I'm going to make a podcast with 2 of my friends. And then we're going to continue to do that on my show. That would be a good idea. Let's see what happens with that. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode on why dating is dumb and don't do it. So, yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode of the lesson. I can't talk. Of the life and lessons of me. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.